Peter Chimaera, Book of Hysterical faFfiction. Sherlock in the Mystery. It was in England one crisp morning, and Sherlock Holmes set out to discover a powerful mystery. "Some one help!" a woman screamed, a bunch of terrible shock. Holmes ran to the investigation, but arrived too late because of perambulant getaway. It was dead body of young man in middle of field. "Someone murdered him," said poor woman, how was sad for lass of her husband, or boyfriend. "Calm your nerves, madams," Holmes said, as he stroked his muscle. "I am great detective, and I will solve your distress." "Oh, thank you smuch." "What do you make of it, Sherlockask?" said Watson. "It is simple. You can see from neck-bite wound that this was not a weapon, was bite." "Yes, of Cruise, but what bit him?" "Evidence must be clear, but I have sure that it can only come from a kraken." So they journeyed deep at night into the heart of the field, until they were lost in the high weeds, but none's worried, because when sun comes back up, they could see which way was north, because of survival skill. But before they could set up for sleeping, a hurried roar awakened the darkness. "Whoa, what's that?" Sherlock grasped a gun and pointed it at the monster, but it wasn't there. "Was that kraken?" "No, it was too quiet. It must be dog. Real kraken roar at 500,000 decibels." So he reloaded and waited for dog to return to scene of the roar. "Fire shot now!" Watso blasted his voice. Sherlock had no time to loop, and shot his gun, but it jammed before he could see it was. The dog jumped him, but it was a friendly dog, and liked them. "It's a good thing the gun hammed, because this would have been tragic." They went to bed, but the next morning the weeds were gone. "The dog tricked us!" "No, Watson, it cannot be so. Ta kraken must have followed sound of dog, and found us, and took us away. We must be in lair of the kraken." The kraken was mad, with giant tentacles, and roared at them. "What do? Greater than? Your gun is not working." "It is easy to befigure, Watson. I fixed gun last night while we waited, because I am always keep prepared." And he firsted a shot blast right into the kraken's both eyes. "To kill!" They returned home and told woman that they killed the kraken, and that the crime was accomplished. She gave them money, and then went back to Sherlock's place for hot coffee. A end. Afterward, I read a book about monsters, and saw they had kraken in it, and wanted to write a story about him, but couldn't decide what, but then decided to combine it with Sherlock Holmes, so it become my story. I think a kraken might be an scary monster, so it probably bite people, so Sherlock Holmes would want to solve it. Watson is come along for the action-packed, and learns lessons from the great story, and writers it all down. Lesson goes into moral of the story. Next time if I write story about Sherlock Holmes, it stars Watson, because writers need to stuck together, I heard once.